Hello. We're back here at the mess. We're finally here, Don. Okay. Um, and we're here with a bunch of things to chat with you about. We got WandaVision. Um, we have uh a new movie by one of our great, friends who does some acting, and so he's going to talk to us about that and his acting career and basically the inside scoop on it. This is going to be cool. And then we've got some trailers and things to show you. Disney has sent out a lot of different little things. So there's all kinds of news, and when Mike decides to come back, we'll be able to get started. But yeah, this has been
my bad. What's up?
Okay, I wonder where you went. I'm like, did he leave me? Or...
No, I didn't leave you. I was just letting you do the intro. What's going on, good people? It's Mike, aka the Odd Geek. I'm super excited because, like Joe was saying, we do have a special friend here today. We got to watch a short film from him. I'm so ready for him to get into it because he has questions. So, yeah, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yes. So the film is Ruby. And do you have the clip of it set up? I don't know. The film is Ruby. If you look, it's on YouTube. If you look it up on YouTube, look up Ruby the erotic thriller. And it stars our friend Steve Kassan. So welcome, Steve.
Hey.
A lot of you probably know him as Retrograde Productions on Twitter, right?
That's one. Yeah.
That's one.
That's
one.
That's the main one. But yeah. Okay. And I'm excited for everyone to watch Ruby on RooTube as well. So that's it.
He said RooTube too.
Because this Ruby Steve didn't warn us before we watched it, but I'm going to warn y'all.
I didn't warn myself. It's like when I saw this, wow. I'm like, yo, Mom, you're going to watch this. It's like, oh, really?
Did you watch it with your family at first?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, okay. Steve, what is this? It's like, Steve, you're always taking roles where you're dying or you're this and you're that. I'm like, yeah, that's how it goes.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah.
Token's got to die, right? So, yeah. What are you going to do? You need to get cast. And Token's got to die. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, so this film is an erotic thriller. It's a short film, and it emphasis on the erotic, like from the opening. People do not watch this around your kids. So when you saw the script for this, what drew you to this project? First of all, how did this even come about?
Well, me and the main actress Shana, and also the director writer, we all worked on this other web series together, and we all got along and everything. And he got along with me and Shana the most, and he said that he wants to make something with us. So when I got it, it's like I was just excited to get a role, to get a actual principal leading role, like co-leading roles. Like, well, how many times do I get this? I still don't get it. So I didn't care about all that. So reading it, it's like, yeah, I'm down. And to be honest, all the stuff in it, I wasn't really thinking about it. Only now even when I filmed it, I wasn't thinking about it. Only now when I watch it again, especially when my mom saw it, it's like, oh yeah, I did that. So, but I was just so happy to do it, and it's not like the most worst thing I've done on screen. So, and I'm still now trying to get myself out there and everything, and taking all these roles. And if I have to do some of these things, then at least make the best of it. So at least say, yeah, the way Steve does that, I believe it.
Yeah. Kind of contrasting this one with the last one of yours. The last few of yours that I've seen, it looks like you've got some range.
Yes, yes, I see that.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite genre to act in. I mean, we've seen you in comedies and a little bit of drama, and this one you just went, oh, all creepy psycho dude. I mean, what? So what's your favorite to do?
To be honest, I'm a genre lover at heart. I love I love horror, psychological horror. I love hammer horror, but and I'm trying to get into more and more of those things. But as we know, especially with this genre and sci-fi and all that, trying to get in colored folks is it's not
Yeah.
always it's not always easy. You know, and
Mhm.
it's all always like, yeah, I want to play in this field, I want to play in the sandbox. It's not, nowadays it's getting it's much better, with the whole, and especially with black horror, it's getting the limelight finally, right?
Mhm.
Because with horror noir, I was able to see that doc last 2 years ago at the TIFF Lightbox, and it brought about black horror, Chinese horror, Asian horror, Indian horror. It has been there. There are some movies around the world which are really scary. It's not just regulated to a certain thing. So I really like getting into genre films the most, because with genre films, as we know, with our favorite, with Zach, you can tell so much in a genre film. You can use aliens, you can use an alien to represent illegal aliens and immigrants, and you can use someone who dresses like a bat to represent a certain culture, a certain percentage of people, and they have their mind changed as to who we see. We have those examples. It's right there. You just have to pay attention, which some people just don't do these days. People just don't pay attention. I mean, wait, what did the beloved, what did our Savior say? Wake the fuck up, right? So if you pay attention, if you wake the fuck up, then you can see two and two. Two plus two is four. So that's what I love about genres, because yeah, when you add two plus two, you get four, and you get more, and you get more of that. And as creatives, as writers, artists, whatever you want to call yourself, being with this genre thing, you can play around with it. You can do the most extreme things you want. But if you have something behind it and it says something, you got something better than you. You know? So that's what I like the most, genre films.
I agree. I agree. And you said something powerful in the beginning about how you just you're a person of color in a horror movie. Guess who's gonna die first? I mean, and that's
I've
still. I mean, you may not
been
make it through the
stabbed, I've
opening
been
credits.
shot,
Yeah.
like Shauna ate my guts. I've been this, I've been beheaded, I've been all of these things. I've been shot in the back, shot in the front, shot in the face, shot in the ass. I'm like, geez.
Oh my god, you just been shot everywhere.
Okay, when I do get it, it's like, okay, it's nothing new, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, so someone's got to die.
Yeah.
So at the time, it's like, okay, at least I get to be on set. At least I get to work with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll see it's like, oh man, we shouldn't have killed you off. You're pretty good. It's like, yeah, no
Ah,
shit, motherfucker.
aha.
Now you say something. Yeah. And like you said, the people are starting to open up to international horror. I saw a horror from India the other day that freaked me out so bad. So bad. It's like one of those haunted house things. But it was like with some of the Indian customs that, and the symbology that I've never seen before.
Mhm.
And that kind of that messed with me for a while, because it's not like the same old stuff we see over here all the time. And
Right.
so I think that, with those films coming in and getting some popularity, and you got people like Jordan Peele and Misha Green, kind of getting some access, hopefully you'll end up with a role pretty soon where, you can at least stay in a horror film where you can at least stay until the end credits, not the beginning. I mean, yeah.
But even if I have to die, at least give me a role that's there's a reason for dying. There's a
Hmm.
Yes.
reason for sacrifice and everything.
Yes, I was
And
just
also
thinking sacrifice.
there's a there's also this Indian film called Chandani. It's a possession ghost story. There are some goofy parts in it, but the main thing is that it's about the main character is actually a trans person
Hmm.
who comes back, and that's something. Well, in India, there's a lot of trans folks, and also what their place is in society. But also, here's a film that touches upon that.
Hmm.
And now suddenly last year, it's like everyone's going crazy about Lovecraft Country. It's like, oh wow, this is amazing. Look at what they're talking about and everything like that. You know, the commentary. Oh really? Okay. Where was people under the stairs? Where was that? Huh? You know, where was all this? You know, even Blackula has something to say, right?
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
So now it's suddenly it's like yo, oh my gosh, it's such a revelation. Oh
Yeah. We
man
got to
bun.
hear from black people. Black people can do horror. You
Yes.
know, it's a new. They act like it's a new genre, and it's like when you start pointing to all the horror films that have come through. And I don't care what anybody says. Beloved is a horror film. I really truly think it is because when you got talking demon babies that become adults, that's horror. um, so we've had horror all this time, and it's just been ignored or bashed by critics, which we know a little bit about that, and it just really didn't make it all that well into the mainstream. So yeah, I didn't, and I kind of feel for actors like yourself. You don't really get to just immerse yourself into becoming like Jamie Lee Curtis, like a scream queen, a person who is known for horror. Because I mean, if you're gonna eat,
Hmm.
basically, I mean, am I correct? If I mean, you got to kind of branch out, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so sometimes just the sometimes the main currency is to be seen. Sometimes the main currency it's not what you get paid, but what is the work you put in.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And I don't mind taking on a project that's low pay, working with students. I still work with students. I still do this. I still take a 1 day roles because at least it'll lead to something. And if I'm going to get something, at least make it memorable. Make it to the point where it's like, okay, there's something in there. So that's what each role I try to do. And even if it's a role where, even with Ruby, it's like at first I jumped on it. It's like yeah, but even if the the discourse and the talk is that Steve, you're taking on this weird role, this creepy role, but at least you don't forget it. At
Hmm.
least you're
Right.
talking about it.
Hmm.
So and that's worth more than getting paid or getting to do some Hallmark stuff, like and everything else. That it's like so let's go to the bake shop and let's hook up. Hey, I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, all that usual stuff.
Oh my god, it makes me think of cup of
Yeah.
tears.
I know.
Funny enough, I just did like I needed some extra cash. I did like a 1 day background thing, and I was just one of those happy colored folks, like seeing everyone get together at Christmas. Like so, oh my gosh, isn't it so lovely they're together? It's like, oh, did you see them get together? Yeah. And the best part, the best part about this scene is that they had the old trope, the old like late 40s black woman come in there. It's like, ooh, child, it's like you doing good, aren't you? It's like, guess who's here? Yeah, guess who's here? Girl, you know, he looks fine today. It's like, I know he looks fine. It's like I didn't expect him to be here. Why did he do it? He's here for you, girl. Yep. It's like,
Here for
oh,
you,
this
girl.
is great. Let's go get some
Wow.
muffins. Yeah.
They put their foot all the way up in the stereotype, didn't they? Wow.
Hey, people are watching it. That's the thing. People are
Oh,
watching this Hallmark shit.
I got a
yeah.
question from Q. He wants to know. He said, "Steve, what roles are you most drawn to?"
Anything that's interesting, that pushes. See, for me, acting is that I get to live out many lives, right? I get to live out a life that I don't have. A couple years ago, me and my friend Rodney Smith, who is a Bayesian filmmaker and author. You can get his book. So I want to be a vampire, who also loves horror too. another
Mhm.
black filmmaker, writer. We made a time travel web series, and I played the lead. Where it fell. We played a time travel web series, and I played a time traveler. So I got to travel through time and everything. Then there's this one film where I sort of played the romantic lead to this one girl, and I have a really good relationship and everything. So, and I don't have that in real life, so it's something, right? Then on here with Ruby, I got to play this person who has a duality to them. And recently, I'm playing sort of this action guy. So for me, it's like whatever role I take, I look at it as a life. And if I'm playing getting to live all these lives, then I gotta find what's interesting about it. Even someone who just walks to get the newspaper, well, there gotta be something interesting about getting a newspaper every day. Well, nobody reads newspapers. Maybe just get coffee. Well, it gotta be interesting why you get coffee. Maybe something happens, right, or something like that. So for me, what I look for at this stage, I'm trying to get whatever I get, man. But whatever I get, I look at it as a life. So until I get to the point where I can demand roles or ask for roles, until then, to me, I just look at whatever role that comes in as a life and try to make the best of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I
Yes,
actually love
it
that.
does. It does. I love
It
your
really reflected for a minute.
right. I love your commitment and I love your passion for what you do. I think it's very inspiring to other people. I think it with just what you do and what you promote on your timeline and everything with retrograde and everything. I just love your positivity. I love, your encouraging. Like you've been, like I said, I just love everything about you, and you deserve everything in your career. So.
Mhm. Yeah.
So what's up with Ruby? Like, cause I got questions. Like,
Mhm.
See, you see how he like buttered you up for the.
I know.
I'm not
I
buttering
was
him
like,
up. I just, like your initial thought, like when you watched it, like how was you feeling?
feel like, damn, this is really good. uh, for I think for a short film, it captured a lot. And what I was telling to the writer director Stephen McDonald and also Shauna is that how timely it is with Shauna's character, and that she doesn't want to come out of the house and she feels more safer at home and everything, and also just the thriller aspect of it, and also given the eroticism, there's no nudity,
Mhm.
but just the erotic nature of it. I think as like for mature viewers and everything, there's if you remember back in the 90s, there were all these erotic thrillers on HBO and all these like straight to DVD movies and everything. But I think that's kind of got lost along like has passed on. So something as this has come back a bit to play off all those other films, which again, it adds to more the thriller aspect. I think there's still an audience for it. And like for instance, Brian De Palma did Dress to Kill and all these other erotic thrillers and everything, and those are really good
Mhm.
films.
Mhm.
But I think the audience, yeah, like some of the feedback we're getting said, yeah, this is something we kind of not seen in in quite a while because now it's just thrillers and here and there and whatnot. But that erotic thriller, so that to me kind of shows that okay, we kind of hit on something. And I think a lot of people also finds a lot of connectivity with Ava's character because like being a sex worker, being a sex phone operator is like something got to do. There's no shame in it, right? We gotta raise up our sex workers, right? Because it is work, right?
Mhm. It
We
is a
gotta
job.
call it what
Yeah.
it is. It is work. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people, yeah. So I think that sheds a light into not how I think how people do see it as work, and it should be respected as work, and
Mhm.
also their parameters, their privacy when it comes to work because it is work.
Yeah.
So I think that's the film sheds light on that.
I and one of the things that I really loved, and yeah, you did bring me in the mind of some of those '90s movies. and I'm trying to remember the titles, but while it's coming to my brain, I thought about this play on the quarantine and the COVID,
Mhm.
because I've been thinking this whole year, what are we going to see coming out of all of this time in quarantine and lockdown? There's got to be a genre shift. And so when I saw this, and I thought this is perfect because it this is exactly like you said. It's going to be something people are going to deal with. There's going to be a lot of people at the end of this who are going to have a hard time leaving the house. There's going to be a lot of people, but then there's going to be a lot of danger
Mhm.
set up because these dangerous people have to live somewhere, and they're living around these vulnerable folks. And what happens when you got a vulnerable person and somebody who's unstable side by side? And so I thought this was like a perfect mesh up of that. I thought the whole concept was genius, um myself. um but yeah, like you said, I was thinking of some of the Sharon Stone films, the 90s too,
Mhm.
because you really don't have, there's the sex is not in it. You may get a glimpse of a boob or something every once in a while,
Mhm.
but it's still steamy. You can still feel
Mhm.
tension, you can still feel the passion,
Yeah.
but it's like it's all about the thriller. It's all about what's actually going on in the story and not about the sex part. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
appreciate
I
it.
think yeah, it's like you don't an erotic thriller doesn't have to have like steamy sex scenes to be erotic, right? I think
Mhm.
that's something that's kind of missed. It's like then you're venturing into more of a, I guess, baby blue territory or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's about how you feel, and it's about the nature of it as
Mhm.
opposed to what you see, right? And I think that's what with Ruby it captures that, and that is the nature of sex and how you feel and how you how you feel with sex and eroticism and whatnot.
Mhm.
Does if that makes sense to
Yeah, it
everyone?
does. It does. It does. I'm thinking of that. I can't remember what movie it is, but it's really famous, and my husband's gonna really, really get me for not remembering the name. But the one where she's just doing this interview, and you could feel the tension rising and rising, rising. Then she like crosses one leg, uncrosses her
Oh
legs,
yeah,
and it
basic
crosses.
instinct.
Yes,
Mm,
that's the move. That's the whole move, and it's like the sexiest thing. But she doesn't take her clothes all the way off. I think for a
mm,
second you can see straight up the dress if you like pause it and like look real hard. But
mm,
even without that, that's the move. And you've got on top of her predatory nature, you've got this
yeah.
whole steamy scene and yeah, so that is an art that's lost, and I would love to see that come back. So do you guys plan on doing something like this again? Is there like more
I
coming, a sequel,
I
not or maybe not a sequel, maybe I don't know.
I definitely could see it
Continuation?
as one, because I hate to say it, because when it finished and the big scene happened, I was just like, and it cut off, and then the way it said Ruby, and I was just like, okay, where's episode two? Like, because I wanted to know like what is gonna be the aftermath, like how are they both going to handle this situation, because obviously you know they both knew, but at the same time, it's just like I want to know what possibly could happen and everything.
mm,
Um, Try not to talk spoilers, but yeah,
Mhm.
like it was. We might have to have. I wish we could have a watch party and watch it all
yeah,
together.
we can.
Somebody
Like,
report our channel. Um,
right. But no, I think it was I think it was for me was because I'm a big horror movie fan and I like
Mm,
thrillers, so
mm,
I think it was the suspense of it,
yeah,
leading up to the big moment, and it had me on the edge of my seat, like, okay, what is gonna happen? Like, what is gonna happen? So, I was disappointed when they cut off because I wanted to know more, but it did in the amount of time that we had with that film. I thought it caught a lot of things. It captured a lot of
yeah.
things. So kudos to the person who wrote that and directed that.
Mm. I know it finished before I finished, so that's the thing. But hmm? What? Sorry. And well, you were saying something about with horror. Like Stefan actually based Ruby off of remember in Flashdance where she was dancing. I think her boss came in and saw her dance and
yeah.
started
Yeah.
wants to take her home and everything like that. But
Hmm.
the way like we saw it again that one sequence, and it was really done like a horror movie. But Flashdance is not a horror movie.
No,
Mm.
it's
And
not.
that's what this one section wanted to be. And that with Ava's character, Shanna's character, and how my character Malcolm comes in, is that it's to be featured sort of like a horror thriller, but it's really not. But all the elements are there.
All
And
right.
really, I know Stefan wants to develop it into a feature, but more take what these characters know about each other and go into something else. Not just focus on the sex operator thing. That's kind of like the setup of it. But
Right.
Hmm.
also, but take that there are these two characters stuck in this building who
Right.
know each other, who have a sort of connection, and go from there. But he's still developing that. He's still developing the previous film that we worked on, You Don't Want Me Here,
Okay.
and there's another one as well. So and also he's working on something else. So
Okay. Is he on Twitter?
no, he's Twitter is too toxic for him.
Oh.
He's
Okay, because I would love to like pick his brain as well, and
he's
just
on
see where he is as as a creator and things and like
mm,
that. Because I mean, I'm actually writing a 3 and a 5 minute short film, so I think that's kind of cool because just seeing what he did in the amount of time that he had, it gives me inspiration. It gives me a little hope for what I'm trying to do. So it would be kind of cool just to pick his brain and talk with him. But
he-
definitely he did.
he's on Instagram, and yeah, you
Okay,
can talk
cool.
to him. But
I will.
hey, you need an actor for your film. Hey,
I
you
mean, look, the wheels are turning. I need the pepperoni pizza to let up because I would love to come to Canada. So like, I need the pepperoni pizza to let
we
up.
can we can do it over something over Zoom. Like that's what they're doing.
You
Like they're
know
doing Zoom.
what? You just gave me an idea. I'm gonna put that right here. You just gave me an idea. Appreciate you, sir.
I've done actually a bunch of Zoom films last year because that's the only way to do it. And
Mhm.
Really?
yeah,
Are they done?
so one is getting distribution, and the others there's a bunch of others that are in post at the moment. But you're gonna see a bunch of Zoom like these films.
Mhm.
Right.
Because everyone's been doing it because there's nothing else to do during that time period, right?
Wow.
Like this time last year up until I say midsummer,
Mhm.
that's when I saw everywhere like Zoom film casting, Zoom
Mhm.
film castings, and all that. So and even now some of them are still happening because people just afraid, right? So
Right.
Right.
but it's so far it's really some of them are being really creative, and I just there's another film. I think it's coming out. A trailer's gonna come out too. Same thing, just did over Zoom, just conversations, and yeah, it's just carried that from there. It's sort of like the new mumblecore, except
That's
Zoom.
dope. I mean, that just shows the creativity behind these creatives. That's all it, I
Yeah.
mean, that's what
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
is.
searching right with John Cho, right? Searching. That's such a good thriller, and
Mhm.
that's all. This guy just going on the phone and text messages and searching and everything, like searching, but
Mhm.
also video conferences and all of that. And
Yeah.
I think there's a searching two coming out. I think this, but that's such a really small little thriller, and it's really gripping. So you probably find some more Zoom stuff. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just one way of doing it. So
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't think
and it's
about it.
very yeah.
Netflix has a series out of just a bunch of it's all on Zoom and like different stories of different people. There's one guy who's like in recovery from alcoholism and he's having to do his meetings on
Yeah.
the through Zoom and it goes through him relapsing and then he relapses and does something that goes viral on social
Mhm.
media and then he's back in his meetings again and then it has like it talks about parents who can't take care of the kids and in the skit where the mom basically has to leave her daughter with someone else so that she can take
Mhm.
care of an elderly woman. That one's a hilarious one. But yeah, that one when that came out on Netflix and I saw it, I thought, yeah, this is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So it's good. Yeah. So yeah. Well, thanks for letting us pick your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
I
about
pick
movies.
some more, man. Pick some more. Whatever you want to ask.
Wait. Okay. Okay.
All
Okay.
about it.
One more. What's your favorite horror movie?
I put them two together. Hellraiser 1 and 2. That's my favorite. Because
Oh,
because
Pinhead.
I think well, to me I think horror and sex kind of go hand in hand if giving impulses to us. And I think to me what Clive Barker did with Hellraiser, especially one and two, not only is it scary, but is the fact that it's kind of like the first main horror movies to combine those two elements together. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
what is pain? What is pleasure? What is this? What is that? Especially with pain and pleasure, that's kind of goes in line with the impulses and the reactions we get from sex and being scared, right? Like
Mm.
we do feel pain, but we do like it, and sometimes the pleasure we get gives us pain. So to me, that's kind of like take away all the other cool factors of it. To me, that's the one or one two horror films or property to really could be upfront about it, right? And and let's be all these slasher films. What are we really saying here, right? All this big. It's always the same thing of a big, hulky, menacing force, usually with a bladed weapon that kind of looks like something going after young, pretty girls. What are we really saying here? And also, we're romanticizing these horror creatures and everything, like with the Wolfman, Dracula, even Frankenstein, the Frankenstein monster, and the sea creature, right? I mean, as much as we love, what's the Del Toro movie? What's that? The one with
Oh,
Nicolas.
the
It filmed like
water.
down the street from me.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about
Yeah,
Fishman and the lady.
yeah, exactly. And the Fishman and the lady get it.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about, like, we're not scared of the monsters. We're more in love with the monsters, right? Like we're more sympathizing with the monsters. We're more like understanding who the monsters are and falling in love with the monsters because we don't see what's on the outside. So I think we've come to a point with horror is that yeah, we do get scared, but there's something infatuating about what's scaring us, and that's drawing us together. And to me, Hellraiser was kind of like the first to really bring that. Yeah, Shape of Water. Thank you. So yeah, so that's my favorite horror film.
Yeah, I'll take your
Well,
word for it because I cannot watch Pinhead by myself because it scares me too much.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it since I was a kid, and somebody else said it was their favorite movie. A friend of mine, Dre, said that was his favorite movie. So I
Mm.
need to go revisit it because I haven't seen it since I was like a kid, like I mean 7, 8, and practically don't even remember it. So I'm definitely gonna be watching that soon. So yeah,
And
but
it's
Oh
no,
gory as
yeah.
fuck, yo. That's the best part about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it again when my husband is home and I can. I'm not watching it by myself. I'm not because
Oh,
it really scared the crap out of me the first time I watched it.
Arrow just released two special DVD, no Blu-ray versions of it, and it's very nice, very nice.
okay, I have
Okay.
to check that out.
If you're into
Yeah.
collecting, still collecting, who collects physical media? My gosh, everything. Like who does that? I do too.
I'm
Because
about to say, I still buy Blu-ray and
yeah,
DVD.
you better buy it. You better buy it because listen, they can pull the plug and oh, where's all my stuff? It's gone, right?
Yeah.
Hope
Basically.
not. But thank you so much for coming out. We truly enjoyed you and
Hmm.
hope you return and come chat with us with your future projects as well. Let the people know where they can find you on Twitter, sir.
Or anywhere.
At Retrograve on Twitter, but on Vero at Steve Kassan. Yeah, find me on Vero. Man.
Yes.
Do that. Do that. Do that.
Thank you so much. And
Thank
next time you got something coming out, let us know. Of course.
please.
Yeah. Oh, your movie tomorrow. Tell us about the premiere tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow there's a virtual premiere for a pilot called Before She Was. I'll just send you the link there, and it's it's made by a bunch of young BIPOC filmmakers and telling I guess their story, right? And that's the main thing, is that it's about bringing awareness to young filmmakers who get a chance to tell a story and tell a interconnected story, right? It's a story where it's about the world we see today. It's
Hmm.
not the world we knew 20 years ago. It's about
Hmm.
like our connective world, in that we do have people who are mixed together themselves, but also in their family. And
Hmm.
there's also a suspense aspect about it. So there's a link before she was. It gives you a good idea of what the pilot is, and you can support some. Who knows? Maybe you're gonna support the next Zack Snyder in this, because you never know. You never
Right.
know.
Right. And
Mhm.
I mean the tickets for this are only like $5.
Yeah, just $5.
Um yeah, it's not much, guys. So I mean go ahead and take in some cinema tomorrow at the virtual premiere. I love these things. I love finding these new stories. And I really, really encourage people to go out and to try go out and just, check it out, because you'll be surprised at some of these, like you're saying, it's a fresh look at,
Yeah.
at topics, and you'll be surprised that, you may find the next Zach, the next whoever at one of these. You never know. So thanks.
Because life can't be about comic books, right? Like, where do you think comic books get their stories from? Hmm?
Hmm.
How do we relate to these characters, these goofy ass characters? Well, we relate them because of us, right? We got to relate them. How do you relate to Superman, to Batman, and all these people?
Right.
Well, because they got to be reflective of us, and that's what Zach did.
Hmm.
So if you believe in that principle, then you got to look for these stories. And if you want to talk about how you got to support, oh, I want to support new voices. Where are these new voices? Where are these new filmmakers telling my story? Well, motherfucker, you got to go out for it and look for it. When it's there, huh?
Hmm.
Yes.
You're all
You
talking
have
this
Yeah.
to
shit
support
for.
new talent. You have to
Yeah, you got to
support new
support.
people.
If you support, don't talk this shit about how, oh, I want to find my story. Well, your story is out there because we're telling your story.
Hmm.
But if you don't want to watch your story, don't be talking about how, where's my story.
Yeah.
Tell me, how does that make sense? Hmm?
Yeah.
It's like saying, oh, Zach is a misogynist when the real misogynist is out there doing shit. Come on.
Exactly. And where's my story, and they don't want to watch anything that doesn't have any, name actors or name directors or anybody's like that. There's a lot of that out there as well. Well, who's in it? Don't worry about it, just come watch it. you know so
Because the truth is, not everyone is like Ray. Not everyone is like Zach. Not everyone's gonna give their time of day to you. Let's be real, right? Let's be real. Not everyone are genuine good people like Ray and Zach. So be thankful you have people like that. And who knows, maybe if you support these guys, they'll support you back. Hmm? Two
It's
plus two is
Dr.
four.
Mundo. He preaching.
yeah, I know.
And now
So
I can finish, right?
yeah.
Which I didn't get to do.
So thanks again, and please come back when whatever you got working on comes up. We
Or
love to talk to you, and I love your stuff. I love it.
or whatever you want to talk about. You want to talk about, what, wrestling? Yo, leave
We're
that,
gonna
yo.
send we're gonna send
Yo,
you the cue for the wrestling.
Q.
Yeah, we gotta go to
I Q. I
yeah.
knew you. I know Q. I knew you were up here chopping up with Will. You were here with Jai Courtney and all that with me on the set of Suicide Squad. You want to talk? We can talk Suicide Squad because I saw you there, man. I saw how you and David talking, setting it up.
So
So
y'all was
come on,
all
man.
on set together. CQ didn't even
We're
tell
all
us
on
that.
set, right? We're all on set. I know you were talking to Will and Margot because I was there too. Come on.
I love it. See, I love it. And
Gotta
you
get
Yeah.
him
also
fired up.
had
Anything.
that's a good point, Steve. So yeah, you talking right. You talking
Hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anything you
Yep.
guys want to talk about or whatever, even about this fandom shit. I got opinions, shit.
That's a whole nother. That's a
Like
whole.
that's a whole
That's a whole other thing.
That's a
But hey,
whole
what
nother episode.
yeah.
what do I know? What do I
Steve
know?
trying to get us in trouble. Trying to
Right.
What
say,
do I know?
Steve, we're trying to be good.
I'm only talking about as someone who was here from the get.
Yeah.
What do I know? What do I know?
You know too much, and you're gonna get us in trouble. That's what it is.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Oh.
My only mission in life is to act for Zach. That's the only thing. Zach, I know you're watching. I know you're watching because you have to be watching Maldiversity. Everyone's got to be watching Maldiversity. Because if you don't, then you're wastemans. That's what you are. You're wastemans if you don't watch Maldiversity. That's the truth. Coming from up here in Toronto, home of the former champions, the Raptors. but yeah,
We just got a promo clip right there.
Right, that was a promo clip automatically. Like,
Clip
my
that
whole business. My whole business, Zach. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do. 2 weeks ago, I was in my boxers in minus 40 degrees doing for a shot. So if I did that, and I've already masturbated on film like 5 times already, so hey, I'll do whatever you want, man. That's it. That's my goal.
You sure?
But
was
yeah,
only
if you don't watch,
okay. I'm about to take him out.
But I did finish 5 times though. But the truth is, if you don't watch Maldiversity, you're a waste man. That's the truth. Take that to the bank.
Heard it right here.
Well, look, I ain't said that. I'm just being a good host right now.
We heard it right here.
Right.
Heard it right here. So
thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So
Steve is amazing.
Uh-huh.
Steve, he gonna talk and he gonna talk his junk and he gonna say what he got to say.
Yep. So I guess when this little parabola is over, we should try to hook up with Steve and do a following him with a camera, a day in the life.
I would love to do that, like especially if we went to Toronto. He could take us to Toronto downtown, wherever he is in Canada. Like we go to downtown. I know they got some nice breweries and stuff like that.
They do.
What that Canada beer tastes like? That's what I want to know. Because
I don't like beer anyway, but the food is good.
Oh, I bet the food is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what's next on the docket?
So are we gonna? So I guess right now. Hang on, we can talk about a lot of these little.
Well, I got Luca up, and I watched it earlier.
Okay.
I got that one up, so we can start off with that one. I thought it was, and it's number 3 trending. I'm super excited. The food is good. I want some. What's your favorite? Let us know. I'm excited about this because it looks really, really good. Mm-hmm. And the creators or the people who made, don't forget that. Oh my God, producer! I'm second in command, bro. I know. God, can I have the producer spot for the night? Can you take a break, please?
We're gonna take a little minute and talk about some stuff that's coming up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So Disney has some things, and I hadn't this Luca one. It's a little film called Luca. I hadn't seen any advertisement for it. I didn't even know it was coming out at all.
Really?
But it looks so cute.
It does. I'm super excited for it. It's colorful.
Somebody's
I love
for the Army of the Dead teaser. Can we play that?
I don't know. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know if we can play that.
I'm not. Now, if you want us to review Army of the Dead, if you would like us to talk about Army of the Dead in the future, I'm down for that.
Maybe a trailer breakdown, but yeah.
A trailer breakdown. You know what? We could do a trailer breakdown next week. How about that? Mm-hmm. That would be dope. All right, so we're going to play this.
Look how pretty it is.
Right.
We can go anywhere. Do anything. We just gotta stick together. We underdogs have to look out for each other, right? Underdogs!
I was like, what's gonna happen?
This is gonna be the best summer ever. We'll ride down every road.
Adorable.
See the whole world together. It'll be amazing. But there's just one thing.
Whoa, wait! Did you see that?
No one can find out.
Where did you boys say you were from?
That's gonna be cute.
Like, it's gonna be so adorable.
That's
Like,
gonna be
I cannot wait. I can't wait to watch it. Like, I thought that was adorable. I feel like there's a message in this story. I'm
cute.
super excited because coming from them being human and then turning into this, sea creature. I thought looking at the poster yesterday, I thought it was a mermaid. So to see that, I'm super excited, and I love the fact that if they jump out the water, they can already change back to their human form, then jump back in, and then they're back to their fish-like, creature-like. So I'm super excited to find what their origin story is. But yes, I can't wait. So I'm like,
And why do you come to a town where everybody hates your people? I mean, so what is that?
That's the thing. What if the origin story? What if this was their town before, and then they were cast out? There's some type of plot twist with magic or something, some type of curse. So I'm super excited.
Disney has gone hardcore on the whole teaching kids about colonizers lately, and they've done a good job at it. It's just been surprising because even when they first started it with Frozen, I was like, I remember sitting there and it's like, is this like, are they calling out colonizers right now with the
right?
So, but I think this whole teaching, having these stories for kids to teach them about difference and histories and overcoming some of those things, I think this is going to be good for that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Did it have a release date? No, it did not.
It just said summer, and I tried to look around for a release date and couldn't find one. So
okay, so be on the lookout for that. We're excited for it. We will be talking about that in the future. Hopefully we'll get some more content from it as another trailer later this year before the summer come out, find out who the cast and the voice is, and hopefully find out from what Disney want to create with this. And so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. So the next thing is this little movie that's out that I think is the best movie of this award season, but it's getting pushed out. It's called Minari. I don't know if you guys, if you've been following any of the awards talk, if you are friends of any movie critics of color, you will know that this award season started out with a bunch of Black, brown creators who getting their due, because a lot of the white creators, they had the bigger films, and the bigger films couldn't come out this year because of because of the panorama we're in. So the independents kind of took over, and when that happened, we started getting these great stories about people and doing things that you never would have thought of before. And so Minari is one. It's a story about this family who comes to America, and they end up in Arkansas where they can buy land. It's in this Arkansas in the 70s, and they become farmers, Korean farmers. They're from Korea. And they are buy land, and they're farming their food their way, Korean vegetables and things like that. But they're in Arkansas in the 70s. So Yeah.
I'm about to
So
put that was the
yeah.
clip you sent me earlier, right?
Yeah. So
About
that
to
clip
play
I
it.
sent you earlier, I think is from the creator, and telling where the story came from.
Okay.
But Steve Ewan is the lead. You guys know him from The Walking Dead. He's phenomenal as the father and who the head of this family who tries to make it work. And the actress who plays his wife is phenomenal. They both and the whole movie should be up for awards this season, but there's controversies about is it a foreign film? Is it allowed to be Best Picture at the Golden Globes or whatever? And then it just seems to be getting pushed back. And then when I saw people nominating shit like Emily in Paris, I thought, man, this film is going to get buried. But it comes out tomorrow. I urge you all to see it. As Steve said, you want good stories, you want great you're looking for these stories. This is where you find them. Stories like Minari. So
There we go.
My dad had the dream to try to start a new type of life in the great expanse of America. Obviously, those experiences I had as a child were things that I wanted to explore. I didn't know I would do it so literally, and I kind of knew from the start that this film would have to be very detail-oriented. It's hard to figure out at this point which items were from my life. When you're making the film, it's those characters, they need to become human beings of their own.
So I remember when you sent the trailer for this.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be really, really deep.
It is. It is.
So I just realized when I saw the pictures and like I just realized what that was. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Watch it, and we can, if y'all want to discuss it later, we can do that.
Definitely.
So let's looks like time is winding down. Let's skip over to, you want to skip over to WandaVision, or do you want to talk about Equalizer real quick?
We can you know what? We can table Equalizer and then we can just talk about episodes 3 and 4 together next week and do
Yep,
it
let's do
because
that.
we haven't really talked any spoilers about that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and we're gonna have somebody else join us from our Diversity team, Miss Ava Knight. And so I want to play something real quick just to get us, started off with this real quick. First.
I can't.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for right now. Cause like I started getting emotional, but
pulling every evil string. It's connected all she's insidious. Some perfidious that you haven't even noticed, and the pity is
yeah, I'm gonna be like,
Okay, so we need to give a shout out to Leland Philpott, who is the guy who did that breakdown. Black man, who is all over the place. He needs to be getting his credit whenever it comes up. So yeah, you got rid of you.
That shit done left us already. Like, you didn't even get to introduce
I mean, I had to
yourself.
give a shout out to the creator because making sure he gets, because that trap version is all his, and he needs to be getting his a new freezer challenge. He needs to be getting his own his due for that. So I really love that breakdown.
You gonna leave us again? You gonna stay?
Yes, I was.
Y'all got carried away by the dancing.
I know my internet is shitty.
Avia, let the people know who you are.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Avia, and today we're going to talk about WandaVision, and I'm excited because this was the episode for the ages, y'all. Like this, man, I'm just getting chills just thinking about it.
I'm about to say, if you want to start us off and talk about how you've been feeling from now episode 1 through now, like how have you received, because you haven't been on with us to talk about it, so how have you been receiving WandaVision from the beginning to now, and like how do you feel, like seriously?
As a TV lover, you know, coming from the 50s sitcoms all the way to now, I love the slow burn, the evolution, of each episode. And as a film buff, and the aesthetic of it, it really pleased me because they pretty much had everything down to the T, from the look of the sets to how the actors acted. From each decade, it was spot on and perfect. And just what also got me were the theories that everybody was having while watching it, because this is probably the only show that I actually just like sat down and studied it, and I paid attention to every little detail, because in this show, details, the little things matter. And just it normally, for we watch TV, we don't really think about commercials, or like this particular item in this scene means something, or this, and I really appreciate that of this show, because it's really making me pay more attention to what I'm watching.
I love it. Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh,
I
I'm
just
sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw something and I'm just like, oh Lord. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, so there's a lot happening in this episode. And so I went, and I usually don't do this. I went and watched some of those little shows that talk about um the little, we call them Easter eggs. Um
Yes. What's
and,
you got one?
so okay, they, like, for instance, the little fly that she looked at when
Mm-hmm.
she was sitting on the couch. That's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
an Easter egg pointed back to, um like, it wasn't pointed back to the Marvel thing. It was pointing back to, like, Silence of the Lambs, one of those, one of the advertisements for that. It was something that connected to what was happening on the TV, well, the kids show. And there was like a couple of different things, and I'm like, okay, but I what I'm just confused about I don't know the backstory of WandaVision. I guess that's my problem. I'm just confused about what is when these Easter eggs are coming, and people are calling them Easter eggs, but then they're saying that there's stuff that's outside of the of the MCU or the MC in Marvel Comics. I just get confused.
Well, I know when I saw after this episode, I saw somebody said that the fly or the bug or whatever, it looked like a cicada, to be honestly. Um
Hmm.
It looked like a cicada, but I saw somebody say that it was hinting that Mephisto was, still, around, because I think that, you know, I think that it meant something about, the devil or something like that. And, Mephisto looks like the devil or whatever. So I was hearing that that was his, like, in the comics, that was like how he first appeared or something like that, or that's how he was near or something like that. I did see that last week when I was like doing my like digging and watching everybody on the timeline with their theories and everything like that. So
Mhm.
I have to send you that link. I'll send it to you when we get done. But yeah,
Okay,
it's an
'cause
actual bug, and it talks about, I think it was like the Lord of Flies, or you like, and it made a connection with the devil and everything like that.
Mhm.
okay, that's like that sits better than what I thought. Because there's like people, all the Easter eggs were like they're talking about stuff outside of. I'm like, that's not even Marvel Comics. What are you talking about? Silence of the Lambs? What the hell?
Wait, what?
Yeah, the fly was like talking about Silence of the Lambs, and I was like, I
Thank
really
you.
didn't understand that.
Bro just came through with it. The fly was an Easter egg as Mephisto's first appearance in Marvel Comics. Thank you, Dom.
Okay,
Dominic.
okay, there we go. Yeah, the people I was talking to didn't say that. So, at least my
I
next
mean, I
question
like that.
for y'all.
I feel like I enjoy Easter eggs. I love
Mhm.
little things like that. Even when we was back in episode 1, when it was talking about the toaster and everything, it could have said it was talking about when she said he was a toaster. But then I also thought about, how the toaster was gray, and then once it started beeping, it started, turning red, you saw your little first piece of color and everything like that.
Mhm.
So, but
So
yeah,
my next question is, how close you guys know the comics. How close is this running to the comics?
you want to answer Avia? Because I feel like it's still.
Um, I feel like it's close enough. I feel like
I do.
it's close enough to satisfy, comic lovers and also people who might not know them that
Mhm.
well. I feel
Mhm.
like it's a really good in between.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
see a lot of people say, it's giving House of M vibes, and then it's also giving vibes when Vision had his little run of a comic series where Vision was living in a suburban area with a family of, his own robot family and everything like that. So, it's giving all different types of vibes and elements from the comics. I mean,
Mhm.
we got our twins. I'm sorry, you got your
The
twins. I'm
twins,
sorry,
man, that's
you got your twins. I'm sorry, we can finally say we have Agatha now. So it's like
yep,
everything is there. Just how they,
yep.
how they kept it like in a bubble and they made it grow. Like you said, like Avia said, the slow burn. It's all
Hmm.
bad except Monica. Why
Listen,
is Don so against this show?
he does because
Cause now he like I love Don. He be every time he say he just we just never make him happy when we talk about WandaVision. Like every
no,
time.
the only thing he liked about it is Monica. I don't know.
Well, well, since
I
he
like
was
every
every I was say since he like Monica, then let's go ahead and get into this.
I can't. I can't. There's no way I'm going, baby. It's too dangerous.
Like y'all, I'm telling you, like when I first saw that, I was shook. Like I was
I
hollering. Like I couldn't breathe. Like I was ready. Like I had tears because I felt like that scene was so emotional. Like it was
hmm
so much emotions behind it. And I one of my favorite parts about that clip is, when it's all the ones of different Monicas and everything, when she pushes forward and you see her go like that, that's like I felt the emotions of what she was going through, like that transformation. So like that's like I'm sorry, that is the hands down best transformation of a superhero that
it
I've
is.
ever seen. I don't think there will be anything top until, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably jumping the gun until I see the Fantastic Four and I see them go through their space storm,
Mm.
then we can talk. But
Okay.
until then, this is the best superhero transformation I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh my god.
Bruh, I, Q's reaction video that he put out hours ago. That
You
was
should
me.
have clipped it so I can put it in the group.
That was me. I was staring when I was watching on my TV. I was like, "Let's go, let's go." That's like
Like,
the whole time, and it's just. And one thing that I love, and I said this when on our last episode that we did on Sunday, that I loved how everything came full circle because it's her. You hear voiceovers of her at the swords building, and then you hear her mom saying it's too dangerous, and then you can hear Carol talking to her too, and everything just comes full circle back to the Captain Marvel movie in 2019. And Monica's always been a rebel. She's Captain Trouble. She's been called that since she was a baby, and that just really, I just loved it because it just brought everything together. And just watching this fierce black woman get her powers,
yeah,
it was everything
epic.
to me. It was everything to me.
Wait a minute. Yes, come on, Don. It's a mix of Vision solo storyline, Vision and Scarlet Witch storyline from decades ago. Yes, with a
okay.
sprinkle of House and M. Yes, and as he said, hands down, one of the best transformations in the MCU. Like nobody is topping it.
I liked it.
It's like the interest, even when she fell down and caught herself after Wanda did what she did. It like the landing.
Okay,
Stuck
yeah.
the landing.
I was
Like,
holding my grandson who was like 11 months old and watching that part came. He looked and looked at me like, did she really? Did she really?
like it was
He made me
like
replay
epic.
WandaVision like twice after that. He is like this little baby is like could not understand. That was just too much for him for that moment. But yeah, when she caught. So I read something about the microaggressions. There was a black person talking about the microaggressions in this show about how Wanda is always going after that, like everybody's always coming at Monica, and about how Wanda, whenever she want to throw somebody out of some place, is always Monica. So the fact that the fact that Monica was like, hold up, and just that moment for me right there was like a Karen Smackdown moment for me, because I mean I just feel like Wanda is just treating her some kind of way.
Yeah. But
I don't know their back. Like again, I don't know their background or anything.
But look, we now know why. It ain't
Mhm.
no if, ands, or buts. And we'll say that for the closing of this, but it ain't no if, ands, or buts. And yes, I wanted them to fight. I ain't even about to sit up here and
I
slap.
did.
I wanted
I
them to fight.
wanted them to fight, man.
I wanted
I saw
them
the
to
look.
Wanted them
fight.
to throw
The
down.
moment,
Exactly.
the moment when Wanda had Monica in the air and then Monica dropped down and her eyes glowed and Wanda's like, oh.
I thought she was gonna hit her with the boom.
Wanda
I wanted
knew.
it.
Wanda knew it was over. It's like, man, I can't fight her. She might kick my ass. She actually might kick my ass. So that's what she did when when Agatha came. Agnes at the time when she came. She pulled a Karen 2.0. I was like, honey, this has nothing to do with you.
I was like,
come
who are
on.
you? Like, who are you? Like,
and then one was like, don't make me hurt you. She turned, don't make me hurt. Like, now you can't. Now, if I was Monica, I would say, now you can't hurt me.
right.
Because come at me, sis. Come at me. But, they're going to probably, make them, come together and fight Agnes. I'm pretty sure of it.
I hope so, because I want to see more of Monica's powers. I'm gonna finish this little clip just because
I
gotta get
kind of
to
wanted
set.
to see Wanda and Monica go at it. I mean,
Like,
I do too.
really,
like a
really
second.
thought they were gonna fight. Like,
Like a
I
second. I mean, yeah, go after Agatha later, but give us a second of y'all just kind of.
don't think
Because
it's gonna
Monica,
happen.
needs some poetic justice for being thrown out like that. She
She
needs
did.
poetic
She
justice for
did.
that.
At
And
least
trying to help her.
hit her with the elbow one time. Pop. This one time, let's hit her with the elbow, like, because I felt like, even though I am a big fan of Scarlet Witch, um, I'm growing to love Monica, and I've been waiting for this. So, and this with how she transformed and everything, I wanted them to fight. Like at the end of the day, I did. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted them to fight. Did I wanted to see both?
I mean, they can make up afterwards. I just wanted them to fight because she been treating Monica wrong. Then they can go after Agatha. Agatha, though,
A hot mess.
I knew she was mean, and I knew that's who I. Okay, so I knew there was something with her, but
A hot
she
mess.
just
That's what she
too.
is. I mean, granted, at the beginning of the season, I was like, something ain't right, but it is what it is. If you want to play along, let's play along. But then as it kept going on, I'm like, well, I saw a theory. It's like, well, every time something happens with Wanda or Vision, or something happens with them, she comes in at the right moment to help them. So maybe she is there to help them. Then I would see people make theories where you know Agatha helps Scarlet Witch, find her power in the comics. So I'm like, well, maybe they leading up to that. But it was not last week's episode. It was the episode before that when it was the 80s episode, and it's the way she walked in and she was like, "You want me to take it from the top?" And I'm like, attitude much? Like,
Trying to know. I think what Wilson tried to make it seem like Wanda was in charge. To be like,
right.
like direction. Like, hey, do you want me to, go again? Like, you want me to go again? Like, make it seem like, to divert her from, thinking that it was her all along. But I think that was really Agatha just trying to divert it to where, Wanda would continue thinking that, this was her, her realm. But,
Mhm.
she, with Vision, coming to, he's like, why are you doing this? She's like, I'm not doing this. Like, it's not me. Like, that's
Mhm.
not me. That's,
That's why I always stood with. I still stood with Wanda at that point because I say she has emotions of that. She's really confused. Like maybe yes, and even when she came out the bubble, I said her accent is thick. Like she is speaking like true accent of the Scarlet Witch, and I don't feel like I've been on her side like the whole time. I don't feel like she don't know what she's doing. Like she don't, but to now find out, and we only have two more episodes. We have the episode from tomorrow, and the next week is the series finale. And to find that out now, I'm just like, at the end of the day, we were all right. I'm sorry, everybody was right because we
Mhm.
all didn't trust. We
Yeah,
all
that's
didn't
why
trust.
like everybody was right. Everybody was right
Like
about everything. Okay,
we all didn't trust Agnes at all.
but
Because
who
she was
made
always
this? Who
around.
did this though?
Huh? You said who
Who
did
started?
this?
Yeah, I'm still going back to who did this though. Is this Wanda? Is this Agatha? No, we saying that Agatha is the one that's doing this.
I'm
Is
she.
Mephisto
I
out
mean,
there
from the what it looks like, I think Agatha has controlled her this whole time. Um, I
and
do feel
forced her
like
to start this? Like it's a mind control thing? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, definitely. Look how she did her when she had a little music video come out, and she went up to Herb and gave. It's funny because when Scarlet Witch did it to the Avengers and Age of Ultron, she did the same set. It's like I'm sorry. I know everybody hates Age of Ultron, but I'm sorry. You cannot say that everything that happened in Age of Ultron has came back to haunt her. Like everything, like everything. Pietro getting shot. She
Mhm.
confused the Avengers and everything, and mind controlled them. Like everything is coming back to haunt her, and because even when Agnes did her little purple thing, and mind control her, I'm like this is a callback to Age of Ultron again. Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, but I still like Agatha. I still want to see more from her. I want to see how this is all gonna play out and everything. So
Mhm.
And
I'm
there's
still
still a
happy.
character we haven't seen yet.
Yeah. And she was always around. Like she was always inconveniently around. Like something's up. Something's up.
Yes, she always popping up. The when Wanda found the helicopter. Here come
I feel
Agnes.
Mhm.
like I feel like Wanda still is in control mostly. Agatha is probably just adding to it.
I mean, yeah, Agatha, yeah. Yeah, but Agatha, I mean, so she did keep popping up even in the first episode where she was like, when they were like in trouble, she was like, can't just happen to come through the door to see see what she needed, and then happened to come through the door with a 5 course meal or whatever to
She
help
killed
her out.
Sparky. I don't care. I don't trust her still. She killed Sparky. The
But
Right.
the
no, I'm just saying
murderer,
she inserted herself
your
and made it to
dog
where she was
murderer.
vital to them. So by the time the kids was older, then they was actually needed her. I mean, look at the way she inserted herself. That was like that's some genius activity there, right there. So
She's a
Mhm.
manipulator.
I
Mhm.
mean, the
Oh,
hell
I
is
see.
the fight?
I guess you give her a pass because I guess you just don't.
She's
You
not
just don't.
getting a
You
pass.
just don't like the Scarlet Witch. I get it. I
No,
get
she's
it.
not getting a pass. I want the Scarlet Witch to be good. I want her to be good. I don't want her to be
Mhm.
evil.
I
This
hate to
looks like
say it.
it's going toward her being
But
evil, and I really don't like it.
her daddy though. But her daddy though.
Look,
Who's her
man, me,
daddy?
her daddy and her sister. No shade, Polaris. Evil as
Yep. Yeah.
like
Yeah. That's true
the
too.
whole
That's
family
true
is just a swarm of villains being heroes at the end of the day.
too.
But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm still
Mhm.
on cloud nine. I feel like they're gonna break us. I feel like they're gonna break us even more tomorrow just because of things that I've read. So,
Yep. So, do you think that this will go on to another season?
Oh
um,
yeah. I think
it
so.
just depends because you can't call it WandaVision. So, what would you call it?
And somebody says it continues into Loki's thing. That's what I was reading today.
So, I guess Don was right.
Well, I think it depends because if they did, they should just say miniseries, like one is a miniseries as opposed to just like TV
Unless they
show.
just don't want to
If,
give the whole phase away.
Yeah,
Because I saw
so
something the other day that said she was the main focal point of phase four. And I'm trying to think, how is she gonna be the main focal point unless, and it's no shade,
just laid the
unless you
groundwork.
met her be a villain.
That
mm-hmm.
is true.
Like if you let her be a villain. And then in Doctor Strange 2, this is what it is gonna be, that she is a villain, and you
I
know
know.
Doctor Strange got to convert her back to being, normal, or, back to her natural state. So, but like I said, I don't think they would do that, because I feel like that's just adding more fuel to the fire of her pain. I feel like she's been through too much since her character has developed. The way that her character has developed, I still will not forget.
Mm-hmm.
I doubtly will see a season. Yeah, I don't think we're getting a season two. Um, I still don't forgive Marvel for, the whole Crossbones situation in Civil War. Like I didn't hate it, but I was upset with that, because it was like, golly. So now you're making her a terrorist, or now you're making her be a threat, and I feel I said in past episodes of the Mets, I feel like they won't give her a break. I want her to have a break. Let her be the Scarlet Witch, and let her just be, the most powerful Avenger, or the most powerful person in the Marvel Cinematic Universe at this moment. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's gonna stay that way. So, okay. Prediction for tomorrow.
whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
That's literally how I felt, because I said, wait, what is like? I'm so intrigued on her powers, because I want to know, like, how is that gonna play out in like in Captain Marvel 2, in the future of her being there? Like how it, like her eyes seeing what she sees, and the colors and everything. Like I'm so ready for her to basically manifest everything that she can do with her powers, because like that blew me away, her seeing that. So it's like I want to know what's gonna see when she sees another character. Like what's gonna happen? Will she be able, not like a spidey sense, but like will she be able to sense something or see something like before everybody else can see it, and things like that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was very beautiful.
It was.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm also ready to see how also like the special effects in Captain Marvel 2, like just how because this one is you always saw where just like her eyes, the little blue hue when she landed, but like when she's flying like through the air, like what are we gonna see? Like are we gonna see like how when Carol flies, like you see like the kind of rainbow spectrum flames coming behind her? Like are we gonna see the same thing? Are they gonna be a different color? Like how's she coming in? Like I'm curious. I'm curious.
Okay. Well, I want everybody to tune in to. Well, I'll watch my social media, because I'm going to be posting tonight an interview I did with Tiana Paris as a part of the African American Film Critics Circle. It was really, really, really great, and we tried to get her to say something, but she already. I mean, there's not a lot she could say.
They got them
She
on
was like
tight, especially
carefully.
her. I bet they got her on a tight lid, like
Yeah.
especially with her standing right now, and then her future.
Mm-hmm.
No shade. She probably might be in multiple movies. No
Yep.
shade.
So we
Like,
like it was she like we like established like in the first like at the very beginning that she can't tell us nothing. So then we started talking about other stuff, and one of the they'll see it in my video. I asked her a question about getting the role and stuff, and how's it changed her as an actor, And I also, and we've asked her several other things, but one of her answers stuck out to me. She said she manifested Marvel in particular being a superhero. Like manifest a vision board, manifested. I'm like, okay, so we need to do some vision boards up in here.
Let's do it. I'm down for a vision board party. Let's do it.
I said it last week. I said I think we should have a vision board party. You hear it
Yep.
here first. I don't know when it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen sometime in March. It might be a special day. We just be like, blah, vision board party. But I really think it would be amazing. I think I've never done one, so I think it'll be kind of
I've
cool.
never done one either.
And we can just chop it up with us. And then if you want to make one along with us, make one along with us. So yeah, sometime in March it's going down with the Mo Diversity family vision board party. I'm looking for a DJ. If you can play music, let me know. We can have some tunes while we do this. Not playing, but nah. I'm excited.
Hopefully phase 4, like later in phase 4, because I did researching her. She became the leader of the Avengers. So I'm like, it would be awesome if like later in phase 4, in phase 5, if she became like the top dog of the new Avengers that they're trying to bring up in phase 4. Like that would be interesting. And I would love it. I would love it if they
We
did
just
that.
got us somebody to come see us.
Oh, we did? Who's come see us?
We have the actress from Ruby.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, I just got a message back. So stay tuned for that.
That's gonna be great.
Yes, because the fact that we got Steve's perspective of it tonight, and then
we get hers.
We'll get her perspective and her career and everything. So yes, so everybody go watch Ruby on YouTube. We'll drop the link on. Not in front of the kids. We'll drop the link on the Mo Diversity channel tonight, on our Twitter page and everything. But no, that is exciting. I just saw the message, so I had to look at it because I just saw hi Michael, and that was it. So I had to open it and see what she said. So that's exciting.
So she could have been saying, "Why are you dragging my name out all live like that?" You don't even know. She could have been like, "We're gonna be beefing on these Twitter streets, and you don't know, right?"
You don't know me, sir.
You're gonna be like, "I got you and Steve next time." Yeah, come to Canada. Come try.
Avia, is there anything that you're watching right now currently that you want to let the folks to know to watch? And
Yes, there is this show that is on Cinemax, but they put it on HBO Max. It's called Warrior. It's based off the writing of Bruce Lee. If you have not seen it, I highly suggest that you do, because it takes place in 1870s Chinatown, and it's pretty much the three gangs in Chinatown are fighting each other while also trying to fight the Irish mob, and then the Irish detectives who work for the San Francisco PD. So it's really good. The writing is amazing. The martial arts is like very realistic, and Bruce Lee's daughter, she produces the show. So
it's a show. Okay, all right, got you. Warrior.
There's a new documentary about him that came out during the film festivals last year that I'm hoping is distributed widely for everybody to see, because it's like the best documentary about him I've ever seen. The most honest, the most everything. Because he's a great man. I mean, you just don't understand how great he is until you see all of his stuff in one place, as told by, I think, his daughter. I think his family, his daughter and his wife, his widow, they put it together. So.
Oh, it's 2 seasons. I just added it to my list on HBO Max, so I will start that.
And the guy who plays the lead, the guy who plays Assam, Andrew Koji, he also is going to be what's his name in Snake Eyes. He's not Snake Eyes, but he's the what from G.I. Joe. I forgot but he's going to be in that. So he's definitely look out for him, because he's it. Like he's amazing.
Awesome. So we didn't get to talk about we could just briefly talk about it, and then this will be our closing remarks basically.
Okay.
But there's a film that we got to see at Slam Dance. It was called Brexton's Tale, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very, very good. I'm gonna let Joe take it over because I don't want to say nobody's
Okay.
names wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, if you will keep an eye on the Muldiversity account, we will have that interview up with Ola Orbi. Ola was he plays Benji in Brixton Tale. And this is a movie at Slam Dance. Hopefully, this movie's so good though. I think they'll get like wider distribution if
I
they haven't got it
really hope
already.
so because I mean I was looking at the date today and was like I watched a couple of animations today and I was just like I hate that this is over already. I can't wait
Mhm.
for Slam Dance 2022. So
Mhm.
like
I mean, like, Slam Dance, like, I love Slam Dance because they got stories like this. Now,
right.
this story of Benji is like, okay, so Benji and Archie are two friends. Benji's black, Archie's white. And so they're just minding their own damn business when this girl, this white girl, comes up with her camera and she's like looking around for somebody to do for her little school project or something. And she goes up to these boys and she ends up inserting herself into their life so
You know
much
what?
that she destroys not only their lives but the men themselves. I'm like, oh my, this girl, I wanted to string her.
You
Mm.
know what? When you say you say insert, you said insert her
Mhm.
life. I was saying because as it went on, I was like, oh, you obsessed with this, you obsessed with him and
Right.
them. So like, and ugh, I want everybody to see. I mean, because
You have to see it. Yeah.
it's a good movie and
It
it
sure
has a
is.
message
It is.
between it. So, and
Yeah.
talking to the guy yesterday, it was just like I think what struck me with him is just seeing his passion for what he does. Anybody
Mm-hmm.
who has passion for any art that they do, they have me because I feel like if you don't have any passion for what you're doing or what you're trying to do, what is the point? And it's no shade, but what is the point of you doing something if you don't have the drive, the passion for? It may take stuff doesn't happen overnight, and
Mhm.
you have to research, teach yourself, learn, practice, 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 try it out, go back to the drawing board.
Mhm.
So yeah.
There's a website for you to go to.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, this everything I read, and see, that's another thing too. When I read about it, and I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? And Rob Fleming, who's a publicist that I met at Slam Dance in in Sundance, and Rob has been bringing me like the best indie films all year long. Like every if he brings it to me, I know it's got to be good. So he, well, there's been a few exceptions, just a few. I mean, but he's almost never failing. And so, um, Rob brought this to me, and I'm like, okay, what is this? And I tried to look and see what people were saying about it, and then I'm like, they're talking about voyeurism, and they're talking about calling these two characters lovers and everything. I was like, and then I watched it. I don't think they watched the same movie because this girl is like using it, to me feels like she's using him. And y'all can
Mm-hmm.
watch, and out there, y'all can watch it and see what y'all think. But to me, it felt like they're gonna be that she's using him.
Child, not they put a picture of this. Oh my god.
Okay,
I
so
just
this
had
picture right here,
flashback.
she's
Yeah,
making
that was.
a school a film for school, and her teacher's like telling her, "You need more edge. You need more edge." And so she goes through and re-edits it, and she's like pushing him to do stuff. Did y'all notice that? She
Yep.
pushed him to
Yes.
do. She's pushing him to do all this stuff, all this stereotypically ghetto stuff.
I'm telling you, when we have the
Mm.
opportunity and this film is out, we are
We're gonna
getting
talk.
into
We're talking
we are
Yeah,
about
we are
it.
getting
going
into
in
this
because
like
this one right
because
here, the next
And
shot
his
is his
mama was
mama.
watching. Right, his mama was watching. It's like he
His
turns his
mama, her
mama's face.
face,
Like,
her face, and then
mm.
oh yeah, and then we got the nerve to cry later. Mm. Every time,
child.
yeah,
Every time I look at her, I'm sorry.
every time, right?
Cause it's like, and it's no shade. At first, I was like, okay, I'm rooting for the chemistry or whatever it was at the beginning. You
Mm-hmm.
know, independent, film student trying to get what she need to do for her project and everything. I
Mm-hmm.
get it. That part right there,
Mm-hmm.
child.
Yeah, I love Archie. I love him so much.
Yeah.
This here and this too. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Oh,
Oh
and
my
that part right there,
god.
I wanted.
No, this is where I broke down. That part when he was running to the
Yeah, I
beach.
broke down
Sorry.
there. Yeah, that was. I wanted to smack her.
Oh, this
Hmm.
trailer shows a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Child.
And see, I mean, I guess I can see how you thought they loved each other, but why would she do some mess like that?
Right.
Yo, the stuff she puts him through, that she forces him to do, like these tears falling right here at this moment, she forces him to do something that changes his life forever. And I will not
Hmm.
forgive your little ass for that. Now the and I'm talking to the character because the actress who plays Leah, I mean, she really leaned into that role. She
Oh yeah,
did.
she did really. Now I'm not
Yeah,
taking away from the character. Can't stand the actress. You did
she's
amazing.
amazing. The actress was amazing.
You was in
All
character
of
the whole time. You did really really great. I would love to talk to her too and get her perspective of the movie as well because I mean, I would love to know like just like I asked him, how did you feel when you first got this script? What was your initial reaction and everything like that?
Mhm.
And to hear how and like how filming was. I'm sorry. This movie really it I can't wait to do more movies like this because it makes you think and
Mhm.
I love that we had this opportunity to watch movies at Slam Dance because to see these creators, make these different things like this. So
Yeah.
them.
It I love film festivals for this reason because you get to see all these new films, these fresh ideas, stuff you won't see everywhere because I mean, there's a lot of these that will only play at the festivals and you'll never see them again ever, which is sad. But then you have that experience of knowing the story that you can tell everybody else.
where he been
Um,
at?
uh, I think we've got kid emergencies happening.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay,
Grown
okay,
ass
okay.
kids. So yeah, and anyway, after what you said about WandaVision, Don, we was not checking for you anyway. So sorry, babe.
Ciao. Well, I think that's all I have for the docket.
But watch Multivision, Multivision, my Multiversity,
Wow,
Multivision,
Multivision.
the Multiversity
You
channel.
know what? Multivision.
Because
I'm sorry, you shouldn't have said it because now I can't say it.
now we see I didn't create something. So watch the Multiversity channel after this because we will put our interview with Ola Ola up and we will talk about a Brixton Tale and you can watch it there. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I thank you, Joe, because for if it wasn't for Workers Queen, I wouldn't be watching the other Slam Dance
Mhm.
films. So I appreciate that because it opened the door for us to have the opportunity to watch other things.
Yes.
So yeah,
Is there
and
any
now
you got any update on yours and Mrs. Kasha Davis, your budding relationship?
I do not
Yes.
have
What's
any. I
there
do
or
not have
later?
any updates at the
Okay.
moment. I did post about us doing, the I did post about it on Instagram yesterday, and she did, like it and everything. She sent me a heart. So, I'm just like I said, I'm just thankful, and I know that's right, Q. More division, more division, more division. I'm so here.
Started
That's
something.
gonna be the name of the next episode. When we have our everything that we miss, our full focus WandaVision episode after we have this, after we see the season finale and everything, it's gonna be more division and the mess. Cause we're gonna talk about it as a family. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk about
it'll
it as
be
Yeah.
a family. Cause
everybody here talking about it. Yep.
that's gonna be a
Yep.
family affair right there. Cause child, I feel like we all gonna be heartbroken at the end of
I
the season.
know. I just feels like that they gonna do something that just piss us all off, piss us
God.
all up. I just really feel like that.
I feel like I'm gonna be angry, but in the best way. Cause I'm like,
Yes,
the
because
best
Damn.
one is
way.
gonna set us up for Doctor Strange too, and we all gonna be pissed because we know it's I think what it is filming, but we ain't gonna so it's gonna be another it's okay. Um, but yeah, I'm good. And do y'all have an episode of Bitch What this weekend?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we're shooting for tomorrow.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool, nice,
And we've
nice.
got a special guest coming. This is like real life, like mess happening where you have a black women owned comic publishing company that has branched out into many other areas. Then come to find out, another person who they happen to help along the way is trying to steal her shit.
What, Don?
Dude is trying.
I'm like, hold on, hold on,
But
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
we're
on.
talking tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow on Bitch What, because it's like black women actually having to defend themselves over something they built for over a decade, just because they were nice to somebody this one time who wants to take everything from them. I mean, this happens to us a lot, and we get to talk about it tomorrow. So, and some other stuff.
I'm excited because last week's episode I was watching when I was at work, and I was just like, okay, y'all was, whew. That was like that was like that was a good episode. Like I was like, okay, y'all, talk about it, preach to the people, because that was like some real topics that y'all talked about. So
Yeah,
I want to say I appreciate you ladies for doing what you do. You are the queens of our Moldiverse, so we appreciate what you do for Bitch What. Definitely.
yeah, thank you. And this week is going to be really important because it's like, you know, I mean, hopefully there'll be some lessons for everybody, going into business and, everything, but we'll get into that, but yeah, this is a real deal case that's happening that I think y'all really need to tune into.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So,
All right. Ladies, let them know where they can find you on the Twitterverse and any other social media you would like to let them know.
All right. If you can find me on all social platforms at Avia Knighton, and you can find me on Moldiversity with my Moldiversity fam every Wednesday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, as well as Bitch What. We'll have a new episode tomorrow, like Joe was just saying, and also me and Aaron are gonna have a new episode of the Untitled A&A show coming soon. So check that out.
Ready for it.
Yep. Everything she said. And and be sure to come to my channel, Black Cape Media, because I will be dropping the interview with Tiana Paris, Monica Rambeau herself. I'll also be dropping an interview that I had with Cherry Johnson of Punky Brewster, because it's back, baby. It's back tomorrow. Don't look at me like that. It's your homework to watch it. And I think that everybody who grew up with Punky Brewster, who loved Punky Brewster, you're gonna love this show and the direction they took it in. Like, I think I think they did it a lot different than they did it a lot better than some of the other movies some of the other shows they've been bringing back. Like they did like what do you call it? The one that Wanda's older sisters was in.
Oh, Full House.
Full House. Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought it back and it just wasn't it was just kind of cheesy and it didn't have anything in it. This one is gonna have a lot, and I think that people are gonna love it. I mean, Punky's mom, Punky and all her craziness and everything, is a mom, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is the dad, and all his silver-haired gorgeousness.
He
And
is
Charity
still
is the aunt of all those kids, and she shared a little bit of her, what she's been doing, and how she believes that, well, I won't give too much away, but just watch. It's on the Peacock tomorrow. So, and then yeah, I mean, you follow me at Jonita L. Davis on all platforms, and nobody wants the next Alf, okay? Alf is in the
Is
dryer.
he talking about
Somebody's
the?
driving it.
Is he
The
talking
little
about
brown creature
the
with the
anteater?
nose. Yep,
Yep.
yep. Hang on a minute. I got to get you a picture right here.
No, I don't
That's
want
what's
it.
coming.
No, it's okay. I was scared of that thing because I
You
didn't
were
understand.
scared of it?
I didn't understand why did it talk. Did not
Because it was an
understand it.
alien. It was an
Like,
alien. That's why I
don't
talked.
care. It was a creepy alien.
No.
Don't get me started on ET.
It was an alien. That's why I talked. So yeah, and we don't need it back though because the talking aliens are I don't know. But anyway, Punky Power tomorrow.
Nah, point. Did
So
you really send me this picture
I put it there in case you wanted to see it. That's why. That's
of
all.
Alf? I'm about to throw up. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Reviewing this. I'm gonna review it. It's like,
Okay, I'm
oh, no
telling
shade, they
y'all.
got a 7.0.
Okay.
I'm
I
pulling
mean,
it
I
up
still
because you
gotta
done
figure out what
sent
we
it to
doing.
me.
I gotta figure out what. So, well, we. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say something, but never mind. But
Not yet.
yeah, that's all.
Oh,
Why
Al.
he got this rose in his mouth? Not you talking about, oh, Alf.
I used to watch it when I was a kid. I used to watch
Take it away. Who is that? Oh my god. I'm not letting him in.
Who? Our
Our other
producer.
producer. Yeah. You can find me at Twitter at _oddgeek. Yeah, you can find me every Wednesday here on the YouTube channel with my Mo Diversity family. You can find me every Thursday with Joe, and there's some keys that might pop in, might have some other guests come through as well. Also, I say it every week. Send us your favorite TV show. Send us a movie that you've watched. Send us something. We will talk about it. We want to know what you like, not just what we like and what we like to consume, but also let us know what you like. Send it to the Mo Diversity Twitter account. Send it to me or Joe's Twitter account as well. We will watch the things that you like. And yeah. I also got Two Lovecraft and Bat. We just actually had a little breakdown meeting of the future for next month. I'm super excited. So we have some things cooking up. We're gonna end off the last season with the last little episodes that was on Lovecraft Country. So check us out on Spotify and Apple. Catch up because we will drop a new episode at the beginning of March and start recording again. So Joe, yeah, get yourself ready because we got to talk about your article when we talk about jigaboos. So get yourself together because Joe will be coming on to Lovecraft and Bat and
That was
talking
my
with me
favorite
and Aaron.
episode.
That episode was good, scary, and I loved
It
it.
was.
So yeah.
So many people hated it, but I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good episode. And I can see why people hated it.
I can see why, yeah, but I still love it.
Not pork farm, yeah. But yeah, it's been another night. It's been a great night. I'ma end off with this. Y'all gonna jam out with us real quick. Hold on. Let me get ready. Oh, hey. Good night, everybody.